Lee, welcome back. How was Samoa?
Yeah, fantastic experience. It was probably a very humbling experience, but one I was really sort of overwhelmed to go and see such a beautiful part of the world.
So, does it mean that you're refreshed and feeling good for the day?
Yeah, no, definitely. There's not a great deal to do on the island itself, except for sort of see some of the beautiful places. So, relaxing. Got plenty of relaxation done, I suppose. But there was obviously some dinners and ceremonies and some things we did as a group as well to reward some of the success we had obviously during the World Cup.
So here we are, obviously pre-season. The first friendly, I understand last year was obviously reporting back to you and everything. What did you make of the Featherstone friendly?
Yeah, I thought it was off in some areas. I thought our contacts was probably not where they needed to be. But I think, at that stage in pre-season, there's still plenty of opportunity and plenty of time to work on some of those things. I thought it tough conditions, obviously watching it back. The weather at that time of the year is obviously very difficult. So in an ideal world, in terms of performance, you probably don't need a friendly right there. But there was a good crowd, and obviously I can understand why the fixture was put in place. But I thought it was a good experience for some young blokes, and hopefully some of them will be more wiser of what is required of them, obviously moving forward.
Definitely. The pre-season friendlies keep on coming now. Keithley, Jake Webster's testimonial. Excited to see how the Tigers go for the first time in 23?
Yeah. I think post Christmas, I think some of the players are obviously itching to, they're getting that sick of that pre-season and itching to play. So, we're obviously Whitehaven, Keighley, and then the big one against Huddersfield. So, hopefully it'll progress nicely in terms of, the strength of the team that we put out, and one or two blokes will get some valuable minutes into them before the season actually commences.
This next stage of pre-season then, does this spark more of the ball work, more of the nitty-gritty?
I don't know so much ball work. I think we've had plenty of ball in hand throughout pre-season. I think what it does is probably ask a little bit more detail after the friendlies of how you want to play, both with and without the ball. I think it throws some things up that you want to try and eradicate, and some things that you want to continue to do really, really well as well. So, we're looking forward to having some hit outs and having some questions thrown at us, and seeing how, I suppose, we handle that and what we adjust during that.
How would you assess pre-season so far?
Okay. I don't. Nobody's lost in pre-season. Nobody's lost 2 points in pre-season. Nobody's been dropped in pre-season. So I never get, I don't want to sound a pessimist, but I never get too excited during this period. What you want to see is some blokes coming in and, fully committed to trying to get better. I think we've had that in the main. There's been some sessions that we could have been better. There's some sessions that have gone really, really well. So, the whole pre-season experience is to try and put some things in place to obviously get a successful start to the year, and that's still the plan and still the path that we're travelling on.
Final question to you. It's been a good sort of hybrid, hasn't it, this season of new faces, younger talent, a couple of academy lads, obviously, and reserves lads wanting to come in and stake the claim, whilst also bringing in some experienced players and people who've been here a while. Yeah,
I think for some of those young blokes, it's probably been a bit too early, to jump in at first team level. But consciously, I think we needed to do that. We need to try and increase our production line and make it more consistent moving forward. So, they'll be better for it in the long run. They've been exposed once or twice during the pre-season, and it's frustrated some of the senior blokes whilst they've been in there. But like all young players, you learn from your mistakes, and hopefully you learn from your mistakes. The ones that don't and they don't adjust, they don't tend to stay around long, but the ones that do and develop, go on to have successful Super League careers.